Hey everyone, this is Mark Gamer Dude, and in today's video, I am joined by a very special guest. Care to introduce yourself, ma'am?
Hi, I'm Mercedes Rose. I'm the original voice, Princess Rosalina, for all the Mario games. Haha, let us begin.
Ah, yes, it must feel so good to hear that. Okay, so Mercedes, I have the thing open up on my end, so I'm gonna go into my questions first, and then obviously we're going to the fan questions, and there are a lot. So,
No
uh,
problem.
all right, so the first question I have for you is, how did you get into voice acting? Did someone say for you to try it, or have you always been like curious about the profession?
No, no, even now, no one says to me, "Oh, you should be a voice actor," because I don't have a character voice. So when I tell people, "Oh, actually, yeah, I'm a voice actor," then they're like, "Oh, of course you are. That makes total sense." But, I have a good friend who kind of sounds like a cartoon all the time, and she gets told constantly, "Oh, you should be a voice actor. You should be a voice actor." She's like, "I am. I never get booked because I sound like this all the time, and I cannot sound like this, and I don't know why anyone does that." You know, and so, no, I was an on-camera actor. I am still an on-camera actor, although voiceover is my true love. But I was sent to an audition, and from my agent at the time, I only had an on-camera agent. Voice agents weren't a thing back in like this would have been I don't know 2000. I'll have to look it up because I know my first voiceover gig that I got, and I know when that company opened, but I can't think of now what it was. Maybe 2004 or so. And it was a voiceover audition, and I was like, "Wait, where's the camera? What do I do here?" And they're like, "Microphone, just talk."
Hmm.
And I booked it, and I was like, "Wait, I don't have to memorize anything. I don't have to do my hair. This is amazing." So I was hooked at that point, and it's a special challenge to try to do the whole thing with just your voice. So yeah.
Yeah, I totally understand that, especially like I'm not having a character voice. I do sometimes get to saying that I do have a character voice most of the time, so
It,
that's what got me into doing voiceover. That I decided to just try it, and ever since then, I've been 100% hooked on the profession. I've been very busy doing any auditions right now, but whenever I see something pop up in my end, I'm like, I gotta go
yeah.
for it just to see
You
what
got to
happens.
try. You got to try. Well, what's interesting about your voice is that, yes, I could see people saying it's caricature but it would be really interesting to hear your voice doing a very straight script. So, like, say, like a Honda ad or something. So, still being your voice exactly how you sound, but saying something like, "Come with me while we drive." You know what I mean? It could be really cool. So, I could see Nike or Coca-Cola being kind of into that sound. So keep trying, keep working at it.
Ah, I appreciate that. Okay, so while we're getting into the Mario questions on my end, so what's your favorite game to play that's not Galaxy?
Not Galaxy. Okay, so full disclosure, I'm
Hmm.
not a video game person. I don't I don't play video games. I've never played Galaxy. I've never played Kart. Kart is actually the
Oh,
one. Kart is the one I do want to play. And we actually had intended on when I was on holiday recently, our family was going to get together and play Kart, and I was going to play as Rosalina. It was a whole thing. And we get to the condo we were staying in, and the TV couldn't attach to our Wii, so we
oh,
couldn't we couldn't do it. So, but that is a priority. We're going to do that at some point. I think I'm going to do it maybe as a live stream on my TikTok because I can't wait to see me trying to do it. It's going to be hysterical. But yeah, so no, I don't. My connection to video games goes it's very small. I don't play really any, but I love the idea of it, and I do love doing voiceover for video games. I think it's amazing. And when I get an audition for a game that exists in or a world that exists, I do go and I don't play it, but I go and watch like what's the vibe here, Like an audition for something like The Last of Us video game is going to be very different, you
hmm.
know. So, but oftentimes I'm auditioning for things that don't exist yet,
All
like
right.
Mario, like Rosalina at the time. So,
Exactly, exactly.
yeah.
Oh, I get that. I get that. Sometimes some people who are voice actors for certain characters, they don't even play the series, but it's not the type of tea. Like I could be playing a character who is in a shooter game, and even though I'm not a shooter, I'm a type of video game person, I wouldn't play it, but I would see it just to see like, oh look, that's how I sound like. But I wouldn't play it. But like, not a shooter type of guy. That's not my thing. It's not my thing.
Right, right. And I do, my kids all play and stuff like that. And I do know enough about it in terms of, when you actually are auditioning or reading anything that's going to be a video game, or also same thing with like phone systems. So when I do, thank you for calling Women's Healthcare Associates, your voice gets processed so much more
Hmm.
for something like a video game or a phone system. So I do modulate a little bit differently because of that than I would for, say, a straight commercial, or like I do a lot of non-broadcast, so it's a lot of training videos, and that's going to be a lot different of a recording. So, I mean, I do definitely take into account that it's a video game,
Hmm. Right.
even if I
Okay.
don't play.
Yeah. Okay, so here's some one fun one. Have you ever cosplayed or like, dressed up as Rosalina for like Halloween or for any conventions or for fun?
Now, no, but now I want to. um, I no, I never have, but I have seen some people's cosplay stuff that they've sent me photos and stuff. I'm blown away. Your guys' talent, it's pretty impressive.
Oh
But no,
yeah.
I've never cosplayed. I respect it. I respect the hell out of it. One of my friends, their kid is so good at it and could definitely help me. So now I'm like, is there something there? So I was kind of thinking maybe about asking her to like do something to help me. So that's
Hmm.
you're giving me all these ideas, but that's one I actually had thought of, was like that might be fun, especially for like a live on TikTok. I thought that might be fun.
Yeah, right. All right. So then, well, the last question on for my questions is: any advice you give to any voice actor? Because there's in the voice actor community, there's always a big struggle sometimes for people who are auditioning and they don't book for like almost like a year or even two, depending on what they do or whatever. So, what's like your advice to any of the voice actors who are like just getting in there, but they're not booking like immediately off the drop? Because sometimes some people might get lucky and might book
Mhm.
immediately, but then some
Yeah.
people might take like 2 or 3 years and then they finally get something.
That is so normal. My booking the first voiceover audition I did, so rare. And honestly, I think I didn't know what I was doing. So my pure enthusiasm was coming through, and that was it. It is actually very normal to do hundreds of auditions before you book, and then to continue to do that. I will have months where I'm not booking off of auditions. I work all the time, but that's because I've been doing it a long time and I have a lot of clients that book me. I'm the girl voice for a lot of
Hmm.
production companies, a lot of, small ad agencies, that kind of thing, all over the world, where if they need a lower range female voice, they're presenting me to the client, first thing. It doesn't mean I always get it. Sometimes the client's like, I want a little more of a unique voice. Like right now, everybody really wants, like what we were talking about with you, just like a
Hmm.
slightly different, not quite so, I'm gonna say, a normal voice.
Hmm.
So I don't always get picked, but I often do, because the client will say, look, we've worked with her. We know she's going to be professional. We know her sound is going to be great. We know she's going to, do everything we need. It's going to be perfect. Just trust us. So even I audition so many times and don't book. So my advice is numbers, numbers, numbers. And every audition is a chance to hone your craft and to try something new. If the stakes are low, the stakes are, I'm probably not going to book it. I'm just going to have fun. I'm going to play. Try something different. Do something completely different. What you would normally do for a script, change it and be like, what would I do if this script was actually for, like I used Nike as an example earlier.
Hmm.
And so when maybe normally I would do sort of a fast read, what if I slow it way down? Oftentimes the ones you book are the ones that they're like, whoa, wait, because they're going click, they're hearing 3 seconds, click, click,
Hmm.
click, which is often why they'll have you not say anything before. They won't have you slate. Like if you're new to this and you're doing things on your own and you're finding auditions and stuff, just go right into the read. Don't introduce yourself. I mean, sometimes I'll do casting and I'll want somebody who's never done any, and I'll get,
Hmm.
hi, so my name's Mary and I'm 15 and I live in, like, no, just right into the read. Because
Hmm.
I don't have time. I'm just like, so that's your chance to play. If you're auditioning, consider it a sandbox. Just get in there and play.
Exactly, exactly. That's basically anything. Like sometimes I don't book for a while. Thankfully, I keep my mind off of these things, but I'm so busy with my own personal life and college and
That,
everything. So that helps
yes.
me like not focus on that. Like I haven't. auditioned in a while because of like work and college and
Yep.
everything, and it doesn't even bother
Yep.
me. Of course, I want to do it, yes, but at the same time,
Yeah.
though, I was like, I can do another thing. I got more important things to focus on. Not that voiceover isn't important to me, but
Right.
I got other things to worry about.
Your advice is actually really good. It's do it and forget it. Move on. I can't tell you
Hmm.
how often I am like, wait, I booked what? And I have to go back and listen. I'm like, what did I audition for?
Yes, same.
Do it, forget it, move on. It's in the past,
Hmm.
or sometimes I'll hear something like months later on the radio or whatever, and I'll be like, oh, hey, I auditioned for that. I'll be like, oh, I like what they did. Oh, that was okay. That's why they booked that person. So it doesn't hurt if you do know something that you auditioned for, try to find it later and see who booked it and see if you can hear what they did. What really is funny is how often I'm like, well, that's exactly what I did. I sound just like that. Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, I getcha. All
But
right.
yeah,
Yeah, so now we just moved on to the questions. So
yeah.
I know you already reviewed some of them already. So this question comes from there's some ones that are comfortable with someone sharing their name. So this one
Okay.
comes from Doja Nee. He asked, "How does it feel knowing that a character you brought to life for the first time touched the hearts of millions?"
I love it so much. Like I really, really do. You know, performers, that's what why we do it. We do it because we want to impact people's lives. And especially for this, I had no idea. I thought it was cool. I was like, oh, damn, a Nintendo video game. Because all my video games before that were kind of indie, which I love indie video games. Don't get me
Hmm.
wrong. If anyone out there is an indie video game producer, call me. I'm up for it. Even low budget stuff. I'm like, I love the indie stuff. It's fun. But it
Hmm.
was like, oh, Nintendo. But that was the extent of like, oh, this will be cool. And then the game came out. The
I
people are
know.
into this. This is a huge deal. And unfortunately, I didn't have the social media presence that I do now. It would be a completely different thing if I did Rosalina today, because my entire business has been grown based on social media. I love it. I love interacting with the fans. And this is the project. I do get a lot of fan interaction from some of my other projects, but this one, it is a 99.9% positive. People are
Hmm.
so kind. They're so into it. The like worst thing I've gotten is the ego on this one. Yeah, hell yeah, I got an ego about it. This is cool. I have no problem. Call me an ego. Yes, 100%.
Yes.
That's like the worst thing I've heard. The stories that people tell me, the private messages that I get from people who talk about what Rosalina meant to them, and specifically my voice. Like they do, it's not just the character. They feel something when they hear my voice. And I thought that would only be true for my children. So all my little Lumas out there, Mama loves you. It means the world to me, especially because Rosalina, that voice is really, it's not how I sound right now, but that really is my voice. I didn't do anything very strange to it. I mean, they put the echo on it and all of
Well,
that, but
obviously, yes.
but it is very much me. And not that long ago, someone heard me laugh and they were like, "What? Do I know you?" And I was like, no, I don't think we've met. I am an actor. Maybe, maybe you've seen me on stuff. I do have a lot of, local commercials. And like, I ended up doing a ton of training videos for things that people see in this specific regional area in Oregon. Like,
Hmm.
if you get your motorcycle license, you have to watch a training video where I'm like, let's be safe. And you can see me. And he was like, no, no. And one of my kids was like, well, do you like Super Mario Galaxy? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, Rosalina. And they're like, that's it. It is that. That's it. I'm like, so
Nice.
it is weird when you get recognized for your voice because I was like, well, maybe you watch me on TikTok, and he's like, no, I don't have any social media. It's that. So that is nice. I like that. So it does mean a lot to me. I do not take it for granted. I love it. I love it so much, and it's important to me. It really is important to me.
Yeah, I know that everyone loves her backstory and everything. So everything that's like about her in that regard is just what everyone relate comes back to. Every time when her is mentioned, it's always just the backstory. Always just the backstory.
Yep, yep. And it means so much to people, and the whole idea of like growing up with her is amazing, and now those people are sharing it with their children, and
Mhm.
I love that generational stuff is my favorite.
Exactly. Okay, so the next question we have here is they wanted to know how you feel about Princess Peach and Rosalina being sisters in the movie continuity, if you've seen it.
So no, I've not seen the movie, although I did hear a lot about that, and someone did send me a couple clips, so that was good. Uh, However, I'm gonna say that doesn't make sense. I'm gonna say I don't get it. I think that's a weird choice. But I thought a lot of the choices, Nintendo, I love you, hire me again. But I thought a lot of the choices were a little odd. I didn't quite understand why it didn't follow sort of, I felt like it should have followed the game a little more. So,
Yeah, you're not the only one.
yeah. And I felt like they missed an opportunity. It was going to make $1 billion no matter what. I get it.
Hmm.
It's fine. But I think if it had been me, man, I would have gone back and done every original voice actor. Not just because it's me, just from
Hmm.
purely, this is such a fan-based project that I think if they would have gone, I think I was like, why are we hiring Chris Pratt? Charles is still alive. What are we doing? You know, I think if they would have gotten the original Princess Peach, but like the whole thing, I think that would have people's minds would have exploded. Like it would have I think it would have been
Hmm.
even bigger. So yeah, I didn't think it made a lot of sense. I'm gonna stand by it doesn't make a lot of sense. But hey, they didn't ask me. Weird.
All right. Yeah, you're not alone about that. So this next one comes from Stellafire. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. She asked, "How do you feel seeing Rosalina evolve across the games over the years?"
So again, because I don't play, the biggest thing is I do think that they were following trends a tiny bit. When Rosaline was originally sort of created, I think that they went with this low motherly voice because it was very unique. It was very different than what video games in 2007 were doing. She
Hmm.
was much slower. The maternal was the entire base of her voice and her personality was maternal and mother of the galaxy, blah blah blah. And then I think as the games progressed, they kind of sort of went more with like what the trends were, and she got higher and let's go. And it became, I think her voice became a lot more like her voice was in Cart because I
Hmm.
recorded all those at the same time. So I did Galaxy 1, 2, and Cart. Of course, I didn't know that's what was going to happen with it. I knew they would use it for multiple games, but it was weird during the recording because I would do all of these lines very, is how I put it, kind of,
Hmm.
and then I would do them as, because they were for Cart. And
Hmm.
it was still the same voice, but just that the way of doing it was very different. And so I think that they kind of went more with like a traditional video game voice, which I thought was interesting. But
Hmm.
yeah, I don't love it as much as the original, but that's me. So it's not really surprising that I
Yeah.
like me. I mean, I adore. I have the same agent as Laura Faye Smith. I don't really know her, but and I don't know Carrie. But like I don't. It's not them. I don't mind what they did. I just think Nintendo chose to go a different way with Rosalina. But what's interesting is they still sent my voice as like the recast. So I'm like, just I'll come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I getcha. Okay, so th since we're talking about like her evolving over the years, this one comes from a Spandong. He asked, "How do you feel about the future for her?"
Well, I do hope that they're planning on something else with her, whether I do the voice or not. I think they're leaving fans hanging if they don't do more with her because I don't feel like anyone thinks that her story is done. I don't think anyone is tired of her or her story. So I hope there's something else planned.
Hmm.
Whether or not, I mean, honestly, I think they should just bring me back and let's just do a game that's all Rosalina. I think she needs her own game. That's what I think.
Oh yeah,
But
that's many of you, many people say that she deserves her own game, and many
yeah,
people say that.
I mean, she's the first female heavyweight character. She was character of the year for the game of the year. Like, let's come on, let's go. You're leaving money on the table, Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly. 100% agree there. So I know you already mentioned that you had the same agent as Laura Faye Smith, and you mentioned Carrie Kane. So have you met either of them? But that's the next question right here. Have you met any of them?
No, it's voiceover is such a, well, voiceover is such an isolated
Hmm.
thing. Back in 2007, we did go in to audition, although I'm thinking I auditioned at home for that. I don't think I went in even then, but I did for the actual recording. The audition, I'm pretty sure I did at home. But
Hmm.
it it we're so isolated. The only way I would probably meet them is if we did like a meetup or something, which I'm
Hmm.
all for. Like, hey girls, should we do a live stream together? Let's go. And I haven't done any fan conventions or anything. I would like to, and I've reached out. Actually, a company reached out to me about doing it, but I guess some of those fan conventions, like that whole business model is changing. So I think I'm kind of in limbo about that, but I would like to go, and I'm sure I would meet some of them at those because they have other characters as well. So,
Yeah. So and then since we're talking about all the newer voices, we know that as voice actors, we know that being casted without notice, sometimes that happens. This question asked, right, does it really happen to voice actors? This person is asking that, and even though this person is asking you, I'm also saying that yes, it sometimes unfortunately does happen.
oh, voices being replaced, you mean?
Yeah,
Like,
recasted without notice.
oh, actually, I did know. Okay,
Oh.
so yeah, so what after the games all came out, including Super Mario Galaxy 2, they sent out a casting call, and my the same agent got it, and it was literally it didn't say recast. It was like, here, this is the voice match. And I told my agent, I was like, I feel like that's weird for me to audition again. Do they just, like what
Hmm.
and they were like, oh, we don't know. And so I didn't audition again. I'm not a believer in regrets. I do kind of regret that. I kind of feel like I should have just auditioned again. I I have some theories. I'm not really sure what is true. But I kind of feel like all the people that hired me at the time, I mean, it's such a huge company. And we were doing just one little tiny part of this game that I kind of think maybe they didn't make the connection of like they could find me is from some of the things that have happened since then. I'm like, I think they couldn't find me. And I don't think my agent I think I what I wanted my agent to do was like tell them, hey, this is who you had. Do you just want her again? Or should she audition again or something? I don't think they did that. And so I think I just missed the chance to do it again. I should have just auditioned again. But I was kind of offended. I was like, why are you sending my literal voice? Like literally what I did. I think they sent my
Hmm.
original audition and they're like, copy this. I'm like, just hire me. So
Yeah.
so my feelings were hurt. And again, I kind of regret I didn't just suck it up and be like, whatever. But I was like, well, if you don't want me again, I'm not going to force myself, I like,
Yeah.
it felt like a bad breakup. But again, I don't think it was personal. I don't think because they didn't change it that much.
Hmm.
The second one, I can't remember now, was Laura right after me or Carrie? I'm not sure what the order
Carrie,
is.
it was Carrie, then Laura.
Yeah. So, and then I didn't audition when it was Laura. I didn't get that audition. So I'm not sure what happened with that one. It is really common for voice actors from the West Coast to get auditions for things that will be international, like video games, because we tend
Hmm.
not to have regional accents. So it's not terribly shocking that a lot of Nintendo characters actually come out of the West Coast.
Hmm.
That's very common. A lot of the Wii voices came out of my agency, my West Coast agent. I have a West Coast and an East Coast agent, but like I don't even get auditions for video games from my East Coast agent.
Hmm.
So I think that's pretty common. But yeah, it's a bummer. I do wish I could have just kept playing her. I wish I could have been the Charles of Rosalina. That would have been
Right.
awesome. So I'm still hoping they'll bring me back. It's one of the reasons I'm doing so much on social is that I do want them to bring me back very much. So please, if you want me back, go watch all my TikToks, comment, get Nintendo's attention. That would be my dream. I would love that. I think that would just be such a full circle moment. Because let me tell you, I'm not doing it for the money. It's not, it's not about the money in that one. Trust me.
Yeah.
Video
Okay.
games don't pay very well.
Yeah. I know earlier on you said you weren't familiar with the video games, but since Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 got like remasters, nothing new into the game, but there were new chapters added to the book, and this
Yeah.
fan asked if you had seen the new chapters to the book in the remasters, and if so, what are your thoughts on them?
Yeah, so I actually was on an interview with another podcaster when that news he told me that and I was like, "Wait, what?" And it's me? What? Yeah. So I have seen it. Very cool. I'm kind of hoping somebody will send me the lines so I can record them and do something with them.
Hmm.
So if anyone has the time out there to send me the stuff, I would totally record it for my TikTok because I think that's so cool. So that kind of gives me hope that maybe Nintendo is thinking that they might want to do something. Again, it would be great if it was me, but I just really want them to do something more with Rosalina. I think that would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. True. Literally, the next question I have here, which we already answered way earlier on, is from Star Elite 505 asking, "Do you want Rosalina to have her own game?" Yeah, we already said yes.
Yes, yes. I mean, man, she should have a cartoon. Let's go. Like, let's go. Like, no, she seriously, she's so cool. Like,
Yes.
we need more. We need more Rosalina. And I do
Yeah.
think we need more of that kind, female, strong. Like in general, we need that. So
Yeah.
yeah, more
Exactly.
Rosalina.
Yeah. Speaking of Rosalina, this one comes from Joe Giz, whatever, I never mess her name. They ask, would you return to Nintendo if they let you voice Rosalina's mother?
New idea unlocked. Was that Joe? Thank you, Joe. Okay, now I need that to happen. Okay, yes, that would be amazing. Yes,
Like a full
let's do
circle
that.
kind of thing. You voicing
Yeah,
the mother. Oh, that would be
yeah.
amazing.
No, yes, that let's do that. Oh man, Joe, work for Nintendo. Okay,
Oh
everyone,
man.
your new job now. Anyone who has a platform, do a video. This needs to happen. That's amazing. Okay, it's rare to catch me. That one got me. That's a good one.
Nice.
I like that one.
Okay, I'm glad. So this next question is kind of like a two-parter. This one says, "What is your stand on gratitude and building rapport?" Because in voiceover, gratitude and building rapport plays a huge part in the community. And in terms of doing both, what can you tell others to go see the beauty in both? And they also want to know what your favorite Luma color is.
Ooh. So the Lumas, I love how they kind of glow. Like that's so cool. I'm a gold star girl. Like when I was in school, like give me a gold
Hmm.
star. I love it. So the little gold one is my favorite. Gratitude, it's so interesting to me how many times I hear from people that just it changed their lives and them giving gratitude to me and me giving it back. I feel like that is just putting this great energy out into the galaxy that like I used to always say universe and I'm like it's all galaxy now. It's
Hmm.
crazy how much Rosalina has like infiltrated my entire life. So much. The thing about voiceover, it kind of ties back to our earlier conversation. One of the reasons it is so hard to break into voiceover and to get those gigs, and especially the steady work, is that you can be cast over and over and over again and no one realize it's you. So if I had five things on the radio back to back, you wouldn't necessarily know it was me. If I
Hmm.
had five commercials back to back, you'd be like, man, this girl is everywhere. Like they can't cast anyone else. So I think that that is part of it. And so having that gratitude for every time you book, every time you audition, I'm grateful every time I audition. I send it off with like in fact, I even say in my email back to my agent, thanks so much. Thank you for letting me audition. Because
Hmm.
so much of this is putting this positive energy out to the galaxy. And gratitude is a big part of that. And I'm like, my mantra is, my life is so cool. Like, how cool
Yeah.
is this? How cool is this that I get to talk for a living, talk to people that love Rosalina like this? Like, my life is so cool. Like, oh, look, it's the ego again. But seriously, great question.
Yeah. I totally get it. I totally get that. I totally get that. Like, it's just what's the word? With everything comes to like gratitude and everything, like you have to make sure you show it, but also like make sure that what's that term thing I'm thinking of? Gratitude and rapport. Always make sure whenever I'm doing voiceover, I make sure to build that up because if you don't, you're not gonna be ending up anywhere like
Yeah.
uh, what's the word? In a good place, I would say, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I do think a lot of it comes down to, having the best intentions. Not they can sense if I have to book this job. I need the money. Oh my God, my rent is due. It comes across in
Hmm.
your voice. And so it's that record it, forget it, move on. You're moving on
Hmm.
because they can hear the desperation. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't hear it, but it's there.
Is that yeah? You don't want to and look up like you're I'm a too desperate. Like when I was younger, I was dead. I was bad. I was bad with that because I was like I didn't know much, yada yada. But at the same time, though, like I understood that I'm a you're new. You don't know. You need to get your footing, everything.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So the next question that we have is oh, this one's funny. My question for Mercedes is: if you could have access to Rosalina's wand for the day, what would you do with
Woo!
it?
Oh my gosh. Make people have a better day. I can't believe how often I see people whining about the tiniest things. And I'm like, I just want to bop you on the head and be like, magic dust. You know what I mean? Like make your day better. I would go around and make people's days better. Like make everybody happy. It's like breathe.
Yeah, exactly.
I think people spend too much time being upset about. There's so much in the world to be upset about. Your parking space was not one of them.
Yeah.
Park a little further out, get your steps in. So that would be my wand.
Yeah. Okay. So then the next question is for this one. You already basically already answered this. You considering going to a convention to meet your fans?
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah, I really would. So, yeah, I'm working on it. I am working on that. I'm also working on some way of like signing things for people where they mail it or send them some, I'm not sure. I'm working on that. Um, I did start a Cameo just because I'm like, people keep asking for the voice and I'm kind of just giving it away. So like I might as well do a little bit. I keep it really low. I think I'm like $20 and I've been doing like birthday wishes and phone like people's phone recordings, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Some affirmations, which I love, people asking
Hmm.
me to like uplift their day as Rosalina. I'm like, oh, love that. So, I'm trying to interact with the fans in any way that I can, but I'm trying to add in the convention stuff. So I'm working on it.
Yay. Okay. So this is a question that I even asked the current voice actor for my Princess Daisy.
Mhm.
This one is which other Mario character besides Rosalina would you want to voice if given the opportunity? And what has voicing Rosalina taught you about voice acting in general?
So honestly, if Nintendo came back to me and was like, "Hey, do you want to be this other character?" I would totally do it. I'm not specific. I mean, honestly, I want to do Rosalina, but I love video games. Period. I think they are so fun to record. Especially the ones that have more dialogue. A lot of the Nintendo ones don't. It's not
Hmm.
just Rosalina. A lot of them don't have a lot of dialogue. So I like the dialogue heavy ones just because it's more acting, I think.
Hmm.
But yeah, so I'm not picky, Nintendo. Call me. It's seriously, my name's Mercedes Rose. It's not hard to find me. You spelled my
Haha.
name wrong in the credits, but Google
Hmm.
me, you'll find me. And yeah, what was the second part of the question? I just forgot.
What has voicing
Oh yeah.
Rosalina taught you about voice acting in general?
So specifically about voice acting, it was more about there's kind of two parts to because voiceover is show business. So it's still a business. And
Hmm.
so what I learned about doing something as big as Rosalina is how to sort of engage the fan base in a way that is authentic, but also promotes my work as a voice actor. So when the game the movie based on the game was announced, the Super Mario Galaxy movie. I hadn't really used my TikTok hardly at all. I did a lot on Instagram and a
Hmm.
little bit, my Facebook is like wide open. I do talk about all of my work as an actor, as a producer, all of that, voice acting. But it kind of made me realize how much I could engage the fan base to be my advocate.
Hmm.
And you only get that when you're at a certain character level. And this was the first one that I was at that character level that was an outside company that wasn't something I produced. So I'm at that level for a project I do called The Haunting of Sunshine Girl, which is a YouTube. It's very much a scary, paranormal kind of show that I do with one of my kids. And it's sort of a mother and daughter haunted thing. So it was like, everyone's talking about YouTube horror right now. I'm like, yeah, we did that in 2010.
Hmm.
Catch up. So like I was at that level for that. We had the fan engagement. People were like spotting us in the target, that kind of thing. So it's been interesting to see how many fans really, really want to help make Nintendo aware of my presence and that I do want to be Rosalina again and all of that kind of thing. So it taught me more about the business of show business than the actual voice acting because again, it's really my voice. It's
Hmm.
I didn't do anything very crazy. And in fact, I don't audition for any long form thing where they want me to be a really character-y voice because I can't sustain it in a way. If anyone saw the interview with Anna Taylor-Joy, who was another character in the movie, she talks about how she threw up from doing the voice work because it's it's so physical. It's as physical as a fight scene. When I do stunt work in a fight scene, I feel the same as after I'm done doing a video game recording. It is so physical.
Hmm.
You have to have like I do cardio to do voiceover because it's so hard. Like I got long COVID and it was my chest literally wouldn't let me breathe
Hmm.
enough to be able to do video games for a while. So that is just a general thing about video games, not necessarily Rosalina because her stuff is so short. But even just doing all of that can get really tiring very
Hmm.
quickly and very physical. So I'm not surprised that she threw up.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I definitely have been there. Sometimes it can
yeah.
you really have to make sure your throat or anything is like your breathing, your everything. Like
Hmm.
there are sometimes where I had to do a like for example, I sometimes since like a lot of the voice actors I work with they do like fan work and such. So
Hmm.
whenever we're doing like fan work of some Mario characters, I'm voicing them in character dubs or whatever. I
Hmm.
do the I'm a vo voice for Iggy Koopa and some of the things there, and his voice
Hmm.
is very raspy all the time. So
Oh
I always
yeah.
do. Yeah, so it's always like that, and doing all that, especially for, like for long sentences, is really grating on the throat. Even doing it for a little bit is a lot on me, which is like
Yeah.
I give praise to the current one because
Yeah.
if I ever voiced him in an individual game, I mean I would love to, but if I ever do, I was like I praise you because that is a lot of work. I don't know if you coughed up any blood or anything because even
Yeah.
I feel like my thing's about to go on fire.
Yeah, it's a lot. People don't realize they're like, oh, it's just talking. It's like
Hmm.
it's really not. And like no session is ever going to be more than 4 hours, and 4 hours is a lot.
Hmm.
You try standing in front of a microphone for 4 hours and tell me it's not a lot, even if you're just straight up talking, not even doing
Hmm.
character work.
Yep.
So yeah, it's people don't realize it's which is also why it's kind of sad it doesn't pay better because like I make way more doing phone systems when it comes to just I mean, this is my job. I'm okay with saying I get paid to do this. Like,
Hmm.
I have a day job for health insurance reasons, but this is my job. This is my career. I get paid to talk, but
Yeah.
it isn't just talking. So it is too
Exactly.
bad, especially because a lot of video games are non-union, and so they don't pay well, which is why I'm willing to do indie work because it's not going to pay that much worse than Nintendo. Eh.
Yeah,
So
it's
again, call me.
okay. Okay, so the next questions we have here is what was your first reaction when you saw the character design of Rosalina?
Well, so I didn't see it until the game came out.
Oh.
I No, we didn't. I wasn't given anything. I know at one point somebody at Nintendo did an interview and was like, "Oh yeah, we had all of the voice actors play the game," and I'm like, "No, we didn't. I mean, I didn't. Maybe other characters got to, but no, I didn't see anything. I was just told that, like, I mentioned this in one of my videos on TikTok. I suddenly remembered I was told that she was going to be physically look differently than the other princesses. She was going to be more angular, and that's true.
Hmm.
But I'm obsessed with her side bangs. I'm obsessed with that. I'm a bang girl. I love my bangs. And like there have been times when I haven't had bangs because most people don't have bangs. If you really look at women, most women do not have bangs. And every time I look back at those pictures or like gigs I've done and stuff, I'm like, should have had bangs. So when I saw that she had the sweeping bangs, I was like, yes. I do wish she was a redhead, but I guess they couldn't really do that. That's been
Nah.
done. But yeah, I think she's stunning. She's stunning.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So then, the next question is, can you relate to how she enjoyed slaying with her brother with your own siblings, if you have any?
I'm an only child.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I'm an only child. So yeah, which if you're an only child, it's very different. I do enjoy watching my kids get along really. I have three. My kids are I keep saying kids, they're all adults, but my adult children are all they get along like crazy good. They're best of friends and they really don't fight. So every time I see siblings fighting, I'm like, I don't know what that is. So yeah,
Ah.
sorry. Can't relate. I have no experience with that. Yep.
Yeah, it's what I get. I'm an only child too, so I don't even resonate
Yeah,
either.
it's very different, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
is. Okay, so the last two questions here, they're very Rosalina centric. So this one asks, what did you find in her storybook that resonated with you in a particular way? And have you heard of the Mario franchise prior to your audition for Rosalina?
Yes, definitely knew about Mario and all of that. And I did before I auditioned, I did kind of do a little research on like how how Nintendo kind of does their characters. So I was pretty aware of that. The storybook kind of took me by shock. I didn't know about it.
Hmm.
And until the movie came out and then someone mentioned it, I was like, oh, I gotta see what this is. So I ordered it from my local independent bookstore. Please do that.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh wow, this is like deep. It it's so much deeper than I realized it would be. I was like, damn, this is like talking about loss and death and so that took me by surprise and I honestly I love it. I think it is stunning. Dark Horse, you guys
Hmm.
killed it. It's really funny. Dark Horse has been super supportive. They share my stuff. It's great. I'm like, I kind of thought they might, sort of try to put the kibosh on it or something because they would have every right to. It's their property. But they've been great. So thanks for sharing my stuff, Dark Horse. Should we do an audiobook? Hint, 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 Dark
Yes.
Horse. Call me. They're actually an Oregon-based company. So big fans.
Okay, I'm glad that you are already got a chance to read the book. It's like the one thing that everyone goes back to every single time. And like you said earlier, we mentioned about the Peach and Rosalina being sisters thing. If they adapted the book into the
Yeah.
movie, it would have been way better.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
But
actually, after I got the book, I went ahead and recorded each chapter. So that's on my TikTok, recording a chapter at a time. And then I recorded the whole thing like well in my studio with like the good sound. And then a fan, actually the same fan that did the podcast with me, Jack, he put it together with the storybook. So the whole entire thing is up on my TikTok, so you can listen to the whole thing like in one take. So
wow,
a lot of people have been listening to it before bed, which I think that's really cool. You don't have to see it unless you want to see the book. You can just listen. So I really enjoyed that. The storybook has really that's been a new fun thing that I didn't know about. So I was really happy when I
right?
heard about it. I know you all knew about it.
Yeah,
You guys know way more about it than I do. So when
yeah.
people start talking about the lore, I'm like, I don't know.
All right. So the last question we have here is, would you want to live the life of Rosalina?
There's a lot of sadness there. So, no. But because I am generally a very, very happy person, I'm a very, like, in fact, it was kind of hard for me to switch from stage acting to on camera because my general personality, this is just me. I'm just very woohoo. Let's go. Like the cart part of Rosalina, that's me. Like very much. Like oh, way to go. Like that is very much me. So I think I couldn't live that calm of a life. You know,
Hmm.
I'm an Aries redhead only child whose mother named her Mercedes Rose. I mean, I was never going to be a quiet person.
Yeah, I
And
think
I feel like
maybe,
Rosalina is a little quiet. She's a little
yeah,
motherly. Hello. You know.
yeah. I think maybe the only thing you probably would have is just that's the magic wand. That's it. That's probably the
Yeah,
only
yeah.
thing you
Give me
lose.
the wand and the side bangs.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Okay, so I believe that's the last one. Yep, yep. That was actually the perfect one to end off. I'm asking about the living her life or not. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
I do like her little outfit for cart. I would wear that. The little jumpsuit thingy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Have you seen any of the alternate costumes that she's had in like the newest Mario Kart right now?
No, no, I should look it up. I should look it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
she has plenty of that, plenty of that. So
Okay, yeah. No, I do like that. I'm not a dress person. I don't even own a dress. Like when my daughter gets married, I'm gonna be wearing a nice wild fang suit. I'm not a dress girl, but I do like that racing suit. That's actually how I would cosplay. It'd be that
oh, you cosplay as
as the
um
cart
the,
Rosalina.
the Carter Rosalina. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. That's you're giving me ideas here. This is good.
Okay. Because I'm literally on the internet right now. There you go. I'm in the
Okay,
group
let's
chat
look.
right there. You can see our costumes right there, and you can see
Let's
everyone else's
see.
costume there. But I have the link like right there, so you can just scroll down and see your outfits right there.
Oh, yeah. See? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I love where she has the glasses. She can like pull her glasses down. No,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
like
this
a
is this is
relax.
good. Yeah, this is good stuff. Yeah, I like her touring costume. Although Aurora, wow, stunning, stunning. Yeah, this is good stuff. So I,
Now,
I'm
yeah, now you
I'm
have more things to figure out. What
yeah,
do I
yeah,
cosplay as
exactly.
now?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're giving me all kinds of ideas. But yeah, give me a good jumpsuit. I'm all for it. So thank you for sharing that. I feel like that's like the perfect ending.
Yeah. You're welcome on that end. Mercedes, thank you so much for coming in and answering all these questions. Thank you so much. Anything you
Yeah.
want to give off to the fans before we go off?
Just literally the whole like, follow, share. Honestly, it does make a difference. It really does help me when you do watch my TikToks and, engage and stuff because I do very much, guys, bring me back. If you have a contact at Nintendo, let's go. I I love it so much and it has truly impacted how much joy I have in my life right now
Hmm.
after the movie was it was like from the time the movie was announced and like really people started getting excited to the movie coming out. Like I got interviewed by the New York Times. Like come on, that's so cool. Did I mention my life
Yes.
is so cool? I I want to continue to bring that joy to people in a new way and to share it with new generations, which is why I am trying to think of like what can I do? Can I read more of Rosalina stuff? Does anyone have any really cool fan fiction that we can read as Rosalina? I don't know. Let's have fun. So that's my thing is you're not bothering me. Sometimes fans are like, I'm so sorry to write to you. I'm like, no, tell me. I love it. I try to respond as much as I can. I miss some because there's so many ways to get a hold of me on social,
Hmm.
but I truly I'm so grateful, truly. And that's why I love to talk to, podcasters and vloggers about it because it is such an important part of my life and who I am fundamentally is voice acting and acting in general. And Rosalina is like a huge chunk of that. When you're talking about my career, Rosalina is the thing I'm most famous for, but not just that. It's also such a huge part of my journey as a creator. And so I love it. I love the fans. You guys, seriously, you mean so much to me. As much as I mean to you, as Rosalina means to you, let's say Rosalina. As much as Rosalina means to you, you all mean to me. So thank you. That's really it.
All right. Thank you so much, Mercedes. And my fans, thanks for
Mhm.
watching the video. And Mercedes, again, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Okay. And we are done. May I press stop
And
record?
clear.
May I
We're
press
gonna go
stop?
and scene.